What is going on, everybody? Oh my goodness, I've got. Oh, okay, hold on. I got echo. Echo, echo. Oh, my audio got all messed up. How do I turn this off? Hello, 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 hello. Is it still doing it? Dang it! I'll tell you what happened. I had to turn my headset on the other day, and whenever I do that, it causes all kinds of issues. Okay. Nope. Still doing it. I got too much crap going on. Oh, sorry. Does this? Nope. Ugh. You guys can't hear that echo? The mic may not be picking it up, but the speaker over here that normally I don't hear things through, I am hearing myself, and it's driving me crazy. And I don't know how to make it stop. Super slide. Okay. I've got to have something messed up here. Delay, microphone mix, audio sampling rate, microphone settings. No, don't log out. That broke it. No audio preview. Okay. It's still doing it. What is happening? This is annoying. Hello. Hello, hello. So if I toggle that, no way can hear me that. Shoot. None. Let me try this. None. Okay. Well, now you. Is our sound completely gone again? Well, I don't like mic monitoring. I thought I turned mic monitoring off, but now I don't know if it's outputting sound to you guys. Okay, so we're good. We're good. Yes. Yes. I am so smart. I know computers better than everybody. Okay. Where were we at? Where were we at? Great success. And the bad thing about it is I messed with this for 10 minutes before the live show even started and wasn't even being able. Okay, forget. Let's just go through the roll call. Schmidt, Andrew, Silverado, DZ, that car guy, Richard Bishop, Chris, Into LS, Jerry. Who else we got? We got Gateway, my brother from Indianapolis of their Mike's Garage, as usual, HTN Steve, Joseph Moore, 100 Proof Jr., Jonathan Blunt, De La Soul, Joseph Moore, I already said that, and Jeff Stanley, Brian Allen. Okay, I think we're caught up. Good enough. There's Easy Living. There's Alex. Now, I saw a question scroll by here somewhere. Oh man, I forgot to send my address here on Patreon. Yeah, you gotta do that. Question. LS swap Gen 4 finally got my VSS reading properly. Now it cuts out past 88 miles per hour to 0. And Jonathan, I take it you're taking the VSS straight off the transmission, or are you using a wheel speed sensor for that? That's weird. I would say that you do not have your VSS reading properly, or else it wouldn't be doing that. I'm just saying. Have any experience with direct injection, split injection timing? No. On the GM platforms, it uses those under very unique situations. We don't really dive into it that much. T56 VSS. Oh, hey DMC. Hey J Finesse. And you're what, on E36? What was the best PCM to use for an LQ4 T56? 3rd gen or 4th gen? The LQ4 was 3rd gen and 4th gen? Reads accurate according to GPS all the way to 88 and then cuts out above that. Possible dirty sensor. It almost sounds like, I don't know if it's a dirty sensor. Did you have to change anything in the scaling on the tune, Jonathan? Silver Surfer, ABT to you, brother. What does bacon on the dyno mean? I have not had a chance to watch your latest video, so give me a synopsis of what your latest video is. Me and the rest of the people in here watching. As far as the garage updates go this week, Chevelle's not showed up yet. I talked to the guy Tuesday. It was going into the service department. Yeah, go ahead, Jonathan. Going into the service department Tuesday, possibly Wednesday. I think he got in Wednesday. There was 3 other cars in front of it, so it was kind of pushed back. And then once it was done in the service department, it was going to be released for dispatch. And essentially, you know, the place I bought from specializes in classic muscle cars, and they want to give a car once over before getting it out the door. That way they don't have any complaints. 1970 4X Silverado. Yeah, the ASIN system is on and running. And I'll be honest with you, I got it on and running long enough to take the Monte Carlo down to storage. I don't know that we're going to see a lot of the Monte Carlo on the channel again. I think it may be getting sold to Justin. But I'm going to take the LS3 out of it. Forever support you for the reason you're not trying to judge us to learn. Try to figure stuff out. Brother, that's all I do. Try to figure stuff out. And it's awesome that you say that, because I hinted at this last week. We are the channel, which is we, you guys, me, all of us together, are going to be the first affiliate of Elite Tune School. If you saw the video I did with them back at PRI, I've talked to them a few times since PRI. I love what they're doing over there. And so keep your eyes peeled. Next week, we're going to do an introduction video. We'll throw out a discount code out there, and we're going to be doing some exclusive content. We're also going to be looking at some of their classes. If you're interested into what their classes look like, we're just going to dive in. It's kind of a partnership that we're doing. And as I move away from doing tutorial stuff, because I don't want to go back and do tutorials again, I'm still going to do tuning stuff. And it's going to be more like, oh, we're running into this issue. How do we tune for that, et cetera, et cetera. But for basic tutorial stuff, these are the guys that I'm going to start saying, hey, go check these guys out. Because if you don't know their background, not HP Academy, Elite Tuned. Let me pull up a link. And it is very specific to the HP Tuners platform. And let me see. Let me check my email. Since you guys are on the live show, Go Rope. Go Rope is our coupon code. So if you do sign up. It's 5% discount. Doesn't sound like much, but the classes, some of them are pretty expensive. So there's the potential, instead of doing like, just say $50, they want to do a percentage. So if you're taking an in-person class or something like that, which is a couple $1,000, you can save, over $100 or something on it. So, but really happy with what's going on over there. Okay, so let's get back into this. My Gen 3 LQ9 pit truck Norris cam in male tune, because they heard they did tunes for Texas Speed. Are they any good? I don't know who's doing the male tunes for Texas Speed now. There used to be one specific guy, I can't remember his name, and it was all canned tunes that he was doing, which is basically the idea that he just takes something that's close to what yours is, makes one or two tweaks, and sends you down the road. 1700cc injectors, having a hell of a time with the Aces Jackpot. 1700cc's, are you just having a hard time with closed loop DMC Bigfoot? So, what up, PMW? Yeah, no problem, Jonathan. Like, and as I said, I'm going to be doing, well, there's a couple reasons. For one, I don't have access to all the platforms. They've got Fords, they've got Dodges, they've got GMs. They're doing Global B, all that stuff. I'm still going to do some Global B videos, but I'm not going to do long form, like hour and a half long videos on how to tune anymore. I'm still going to do all the videos of whenever we set something up new, going through settings and jazz like that, and what are some of the heartaches that we run into, and then if specific things crop up where people are like, oh my goodness, I'm seeing a lot of this, we'll dive more into it. So test, don't be scared to see how your table reacts, knowing you're going to, not going to, yeah. N2LS is great. You know, if you guys see him post in this chat room, he knows what he's talking about. Said, don't be scared to see how table reacts. Make a small change on it. You're not going to blow your motor up unless you're running 24 pounds of boost and you go and zero out your MAF and VE tables or something stupid like that. But yeah, you make a small change. Anybody have an issue with the accelerator pedal codes P2135, P220? Hold on. There should be people that have insight on this, Mike. I don't know DTC codes off the top of my head. So yeah, the Chevelle is not going to get here anytime soon. I don't have a camera right now to do videos anyways. I've got some videos lined up to do. I'm upgrading my camera, and so I traded in my other one, and I'm waiting for the new one to show up. What up, Naturally Aspirated? What up, Chris? What were we looking at? P0220. Well, that's not showing up on here. 2135. Well, that one isn't either. Let me find a different tune to look at. Gen 3 truck. Engine diagnostics. $21.35. Mike, send me a copy of the tune that you're looking at. My Gen 3 stuff does not have those DTCs in it. What's my preferred plug gap? NA, probably about 30 thou. MS is around 1, so I'm learning. It's up and running, taking throttle. So, I would think that MS around 1 would be fine. I had a lot of transient issues with the Aces Jackpot. Like, it learned really good on steady state stuff, but making updates on the steady state stuff wasn't good enough for the transient, so I had to do a lot more touching on the transients manually on the Jackpot. 03 LQ4T56 Should I use an O2 Camaro T56 tune and making changes? No, doesn't matter on that. That'd be fine. Use the Camaro T56 tune and copy all the stuff from the LQ4 tables over to that tune. And that way you're not having any transmission funky stuff. Or you could, either way, you could do a segment swap. Probably just be easier to use the Camaro tune. Both pedal codes, intermittent, no obvious causes. So your drive-by-wire, Mike, is this on a swap? I take it this is on a swap. This isn't the original truck that was in. Yeah, still got the Viper. Viper is in storage for the winter because there's ice. They salted the ground and stuff like that. So I just don't drive my cars during the winter up here. Yeah, I didn't. Now, mind you, Bigfoot, I didn't have big injectors in mind, and so I didn't look into if there was a minimum pulse width like InTune LS tuning is talking about. That you might be hitting a limit if it's staying rich in closed loop. I didn't think that there was, but you might need to double check that with, what'd you say, 1300 cc's? Got my LQ9 LS swap 2-wheel drive standard cab Ford Ranger. Sweet. Been having a blast tuning and driving. It rips. I haven't run any math only closed loop. Drives really well on a Chinese harness, no less. Hey man, sometimes you win the lottery. Yes, the Viper is sweeping. Yeah, and 100 proof. It doesn't even matter. Like, I think that Pennsylvania overestimated how much snow that we were going to get and bought just tons and tons and tons of salt. And so if they even think, I've seen them spreading this stuff when it's 45 degrees outside and there's a chance of rain. What up, Dad? Hey, everybody. Tell Dad hi. Wish him luck. He's going in for surgery in about a week. So I'll talk to you before then, obviously, Dad. I love you. And I hope everything goes right. Oh, interesting. Jonathan Blunt says I had trouble with throttle codes on Gen 4. Ended up being the throttle tables not matched up for specific vehicle the throttle pedal were from. Would happen on higher acceleration. There we go. There we go. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Love you all. Exactly. They just... Not only does it tear your car up, it tears the road up. And it'd be one thing, like I said, if we were getting 6 inches of snow, but like every time that we get dusting, they don't need to be going out there and throwing that stuff on. 4X P01 VE tuning. When logging, do we wait for the math codes to fail? Yes. That's why we set the math fail usually to fault on first error, because the math has to literally be, you have to have that DTC, the P0103. If it's not active, the math is still affecting things. When I'm tuning math and VVE tables, I do a log and make the changes. Then when I start the truck, it runs super lean. That's interesting. Normally it's rich after reflash. Well, definitely, if it's not that bad with the hood open, I wonder if it's skewing too much of your temperature bias towards your IAT versus your engine coolant temp, which at lower airflows, it should be more on the engine coolant temp. Yeah, exactly. That got the contract for the salting. You can try, Chris, going into your bias and skewing that full IAT. And you will see a reaction a lot quicker. It might be lean because it heat soaks, but the heat soak will dissipate a lot quicker if it's just running off of engine coolant temp. So, a lot of times what can happen is you're just not getting a good temperature reading from the engine coolant temp as far as it's slow. For MAF to fail, make sure you lower the fail RPM from 400 to 0 also, so you get an instant fail. Oh, good. Didn't think about that. BTR 220 cam runs good, but eye burning rich at idle. You probably are having an issue. Yeah. So, naturally aspirated, you need to dive into injector timing. Silver Surfer, have you done a video on injector timing yet? Into LS with the answer. EOIT needs adjusting. Okay, so Andrew, do us a favor and throw a link out to Silver Surfer's YouTube channel if you're still in here. Gen 4 should be close enough to get Gen 5 in. The theory is the same. Essentially, you're injecting fluid whenever the exhaust valve is open, and you need to dial that back, and it requires a lot of understanding what your cam timing is. So you'll have to use your cam card to see the events naturally aspirated, to see whenever that valve is closing. Thank you, Andrew. And then you want to make sure that you're not allowing it to fuel into the point where that valve is opening, not closing, sorry. Yep, tune open loop, then turn on closed loop whenever you're done. Double check though, because if closed loop settings are wrong because of extensive modifications, aka in this case long tube headers or something like that, it can skew your closed loop readings. So you want to verify that whenever you go in closed loop, and closed loop has control again, that it is commanding 1 lambda or stoic essentially. So I've got packages upon packages of stuff coming for the Chevelle. We will have plenty of work to do once the Chevelle gets here. And then hopefully my new camera will be here by Monday or Tuesday, because I've got videos to shoot. But that's it. You guys aren't missing much. That and as I said, the Elite Tuning School, or Elite Tuned School was the big thing. And Brandon and Mike over there, I don't know what's going on as far as they used to be at Vengeance Racing. What up, Breezy? Long time no see, brother. How's Dallas treating you? Man, it gets super hot super quick in there. Yeah, Mike, DZ was answering you. Read a couple guys had to replace the harness as one possible fix. Definitely, but we need to double check and make sure that the tables are correct. Also, that's the problem, is there's so much stuff going on with those drive-by wires on swaps that can be kind of a pain. Just busy, man. That's good news, though. As long as they're keeping you busy. Thanks, 100 Proof. How's the new shop heater working out? Listen, after that video was shot, before, like, an hour after the end of that video, I had to take my hoodie off because I was sweating so bad. Yeah, rub it in. Dude, into LS, you don't understand how many hundreds of dollars of parts I threw away last weekend. I found boxes of sway bar bushings and stuff like that for the XLR, and I was just like, I gotta get rid of this. Was going pin test and ground check. Yeah. Definitely. And I need to see exactly what those DTC codes are, but as I said, send that over along with the codes that you got, and I'll take a look at. Oh yeah, no, it's a pack rat. It is hoarding. I found a short throw shifter for the GT350, and the box never been opened. And I'm like, I need to do something. It's just like a $250 part. Why do I still have this? I still have a cold air intake. Is anybody on here have a GT350 with the Voodoo? Genster, you got to make sure whenever you're doing real-time tuning that, I'll tell you what, let me just open up the whiteboard. Let's see if this works. There's a specific drop down in the tune that has to be done. Where's my RTT files? So I had an RTT in here. Let me just create one real quick. So we'll... Why is this not doing... Oh, I don't have an interface plugged in. Okay, but there will be a drop down underneath the general tab that tells you which tables it's using for real-time tuning. I thought I had a real-time tuning file on here. Yes, save it. I don't have an interface up here. I normally have an interface plugged in up here. But just make sure that the VE table is in there, because it's got like idle, timing, VE, different things that you can do. Genster. So, what do you think about the Reflex Plus from Too High PSI? I think I need to search it because I've never heard of it. Reflex Plus Too High PSI. What is this saying? Reflex Plus with harness for LTX applications. Teamed up controller experts to release affordable plug-and-play delivery and sequential hybrid port injection. Oh, okay. So, this is essentially what I was doing on the Super Auto, where I was running port injection on top of direct injection. Uses a high-speed CAN bus to acquire the majority of the inputs required to control the hybrid port injection for an easy install with minimal connections. I like the idea behind it. You know, I just used a micro squirt. Worked great. I don't know. Maybe I need to mess around with one of these. Check it out. If you end up playing with them, Breezy, let me know. I really liked going hybrid because you could leave the stock DI in there and it idled great, but still allowed it to run tons of boost. When am I getting my hands on HP Core? That's a great question. I wish I knew. I keep asking HP tuners. As far as I know, none of the betas have been sent out to anybody. Like, I'm on the list for testing. You know, they said Q1, but Q1's going to zip by real quick. I will say this weekend, I believe, is the Global B launch for everybody. So they're probably focusing on that. I think there might be a couple bugs to iron out on that process of receiving, unlocking, and sending them back. So found a guy in Washington to make poly suspension bushings for the STSV and XLRV. Would the Corvette ones not work, Schmidt? Idle a little too quiet on Cam Gen 4 after driving a while. It's too smooth, you mean? Commander Shepard, yes, it will be opened up more than just LS engines. It is, the core itself is a controller that will do any 8-cylinder auto cycle. So 8-cylinder, 6-cylinder, 4-cylinder, 3-cylinder, 5-cylinder, rotary, up to 4-rotor, stuff like that. It'll do all of that. But initially, whenever they're releasing it with an LS harness and with the firmware for the 58X and the 24X. That's where future development will come out, and they will go into and add the different crank trigger signals and stuff like that and custom jazz. So don't worry about that. They're just initially launching it as an LS platform, but the unit itself will have the ability with updates to do a lot more beyond that. So And if you really want to go down a rabbit hole, go back and watch last week's video where I make all kinds of wild speculation. Was that last week, guys? Do you remember? Or was that one of the videos we did last year, the live, where I went down the rabbit hole making up a bunch of speculations of what the core is? They are, Commander Shepard, they are behind at launch, but there is some things going on there that will make your transition from an HP tuner to a standalone tuner. So imagine being, so it was 2 weeks ago, Jesse, you were here for that one. Imagine the flexibility of standalone combined with the power of our data logging and our graphing and our tables and stuff like that. So I'm local. How much to drop my car off? Or may send a log and a file. Car runs good with MapFill. No. I'm trying to get out of doing custom tunes, Ginster. Talk to me next week. Maybe I'll change my mind. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So the idea is that it's going to be one of those things where the learning curve for an advanced standalone is going to be less extreme for the GM guys that have been in this world. Now, if you've been dealing with Haltex and Mega Squirts and Max ECUs and all these brands, not Holly, because Holly is tuning for kindergartners. If you've been dealing with real standalone ECUs, they're very intensive and hard to navigate and understand everything that's going on. And I think their goal is to present a package that makes a lot more sense to guys that have been in the HP tuners stuff. Exactly. So either way, it'll be regular old tuning for you. It's not going to be anything new. It's going to be the 90% of the guys that are Watch Go or Garage that have never touched a standalone or have touched a Terminator X is the only standalone they have exposure to, because going from a Terminator X to like an AM Infinity, you have 5 times the amount of tables, and some of them you're not going to understand unless you understand the way the tuning platform operates, all that kind of stuff. And so I think we're going to see a unit that has the power of all of the top line units out there, the Haltex and the Motex and stuff like that, but with editing and logging that is a lot more simple. I could be completely wrong. This is all speculation. Listen, I am just speculating, and a lot of it is assumptions. We won't know until we get it in our hands. Yeah, I hate the Holly software. It's not even Terminator X. It's the Dominator and HP's the same way. The advanced ICFs is a pain. There's no custom maths, stuff like that. So, like Fuel Tech, Fuel Tech. If you're in the market for a standalone, give Fuel Tech. And if HP Tuners ever quotes me on that, I'll blame you guys for letting it slip. But seriously, if you're in the market for a standalone, and you don't want to do a budget standalone like a Aces Jackpot or a Terminator X, I get it if you want to do a budget one. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're looking for a powerful standalone that you're going to be doing some crazy stuff with, like making over 1,000 horsepower, get a Fuel Tech. Yes, they slowly have been rolling out the Axis Flip over the last year or so. And that's the thing is it's hard to know. You know, the one specifically is whenever you do the VE patch on the Gen 4 stuff, like the E40, and you could do the flip on that. That was great because it made more sense as to how we've been doing with VE tables all along. But about all the tables now, you can kind of customize. And some of the CAN bus stuff, I've not even looked in the latest beta. I don't know if I've got the latest one on this computer to see if they've expanded on the CAN bus stuff in a while. What up, John? Good to see you. No problem, Andrew. Thanks for helping run the show. We're about to wrap up anyway, so go do your fatherly duties. Yeah, can't change the table size. Listen. I could go on all night. We could, we'll have a Friday night drink beer live show where I just sit here and drink beer and take a dump on Holly all night. So, listen, I don't know. Probably won't be any videos this weekend, but keep your eyes peeled next week. As I said, we'll be you're getting ready to get your fill. We got some fun stuff. I've got a table full of parts to convert a second generation small block Chevy to run on a third generation ECU. Yes, I do too, John. They were so much fun. So, yeah. Don't ask me why. I'll explain why in the video. But yes, we are going to use a 411 to run a small block Chevy. For no reason other than I'm a madman. But listen, everybody, thanks for stopping by. Jonathan, thanks for the membership as usual, brother. What do you mean you're heartbroken, Fascinahemi? You guys know the drill. Thanks for on my garage. Remember, ABT always be tuning. Where's the end screen button?